So it's put down the drinks in the super luxurious hospitality areas and double out to see round 7 on the 2.9-mile full Grand Prix circuit. But there's trouble on the grid as they get ready for the assembly lap. Nick May's Maserati bi-turbo doesn't seem to want to go. All the others are getting away. And Godfrey Hall's BMW M3 is being pushed away. But the other 35 are on their way to the rolling start for the 15-lap race in absolutely perfect weather conditions. And here we are in the 2.3-litre BMW M3 of the reigning British touring car champion Frank Sittner. But after 6 rounds of this year's contest, it's Frank's teammate James Weaver in the white BMW M3 on the left in front who's leading overall. So Frank has sportingly agreed to play a supporting role to James for the rest of the season. Now that's nice for James, but it's a bit tough on all the rest of us who've so enjoyed their vigorous jousting for class victory. And here they come, dutifully following the Rover Vitesse pace car. For the 5th time this year, Andy Rouse in pole position. 4 more really hot shoes in rows 3 and 4, all in Ford Sierra Cosworths, followed by 4 more of the all-conquering Sierras, which occupy the top 13 grid places. Leading the way round in his blue and white Caliber Ford has totally demoralised the opposition before the race even begins, with a stunning pole position lap over a second faster than the lap record and 8/10 faster than round 3 winner number 7 Tim Harvey alongside him on the right. So it looks as though Andy's regained his old form. But here's something new, the thrilling view from the headlight position of jovial Jerry Marnie's Sierra Cosworth, 11th on the grid, with Mike Smith and Sean Walker ahead of us on the run-up to the start. Out of Bridge Corner, up to Woodcote. Front row, Rouse and Harvey. Second row, Bristow and Gravett. All the winners from the previous 6 rounds in the first 2 rows. And behind them, Edwards, Good, Newman, Smith and Walker. Pace car rolls round. Up to Woodcote. Into the pit lane, the race is on. Andy Rouse leads, Tim Harvey alongside him. Gravett into 3rd position, Bristow 4th, Good 5th. Cops Corner, Rouse holds the inside vital line. Harvey next, then it's Gravett on to Maggots. The first 3 round together. And all the rest of them. And there's a spinner. It's Mike Smith. Mike Smith spins in the Cartel Sierra, regains the circuit. On the grass, now onto the tarmac. And at Beckett's, there's John Clark's BMW, and he's sliding out sideways. Right across the circuit, slam into him, John Morris's Volkswagen. Well, and this is just the first lap. On they go. And the rest go down Hanger Straight at 150 miles an hour. Rouse is leading, Harvey 2nd, Gravett 3rd. Edwards is up into 4th position ahead of Good. Out of Stowe Corner, down to Club, that's 4th gear, about 95 miles an hour. And Andy Rouse has already got 1.5 seconds lead. It's Harvey 2nd, Gravett, Edwards, Bristow, Good. Out of Club, and Mike Newman goes onto the grass, up to Abbey. Harvey in 2nd place, Gravett in 3rd position, and Rod Gravett, number 21, was the previous winner at Oulton Park and Silverstone, and he's coming up into 2nd place at Bridge, and he's through. Down to 3rd position goes Harvey, Gravett is 2nd, Guy Edwards is in 4th position, Harvey trying to regain his place into the chicane. A solid stream of Sierras up front. Over the line, up to Copse at 120 miles an hour. Rouse leading now by over 2.5 seconds. It's still Gravett 2nd, Harvey 3rd, Edwards, there he is in 4th position. And now we're in car with Guy Edwards, ex-Formula One Grand Prix driver, the man who saved Niki Lauda in the Nürburgring fire in 1976. He's in 4th place here, sister car to Andy Rouse. He's up alongside Harvey, but dropping back a bit. And that is Rob Gravitt ahead of them. And Rob Gravitt is going extremely well in spite of having a down-on-power engine because of his team's misunderstanding of a rules change. So it's down to Stowe Corner, Gravitt in 2nd place. Then it's Harvey. Edwards trying to go through and take Harvey, and he does it. Guy Edwards goes up into 3rd position, and like Andy Rouse, he's obviously back on form after several reverses this season. That's Andy Rouse. There are the men following the leader, and there is not a lot in it for 2nd to 8th places. Gravitt 2nd, then it's Edwards, Harvey, Good in the Black Sierra, Bristow, Hodgetts, and Gerrit Van Cowan in 8th position. Bridge. End of the lap. Come out of Bridge. That's the new complex. Up to Woodcote. And there is Sean Walker 9th. Carl Jones 10th. Newman is now in 11th place because number 3, Mike Newman, goes through and takes Jerry Marnie, moves up into 11th place. And on they go to take Copse again. Chapel, lap 3, and Andy Rouse is out on his own. Look at the gap. There is Gravitt in 2nd place, Guy Edwards 3rd, Harvey 4th, Good an excellent 5th after an awful season so far. Bristow, number 6, is in 6th position. Then it's Hodgetts 7th, Van Cowan 8th. Tim Harvey, don't drink and drive, be a better driver. Round the right-hander at Stowe, down towards Club. Here is Andy Rouse. He's pulling away with a new lap record, 1 minute 38.82, 108.37 miles an hour, leading now by 4.5 seconds, and here's the master at work. Out of Abbey, up to Bridge, down through the gears. 5th to 4th, 4th to 2nd, and that's easy if you're Andy Rouse. Now the Bridge complex. On to Woodcote. Tail dips out a bit into the chicane. Andy Rouse leading, on his way. Now behind him, Gravitt 2nd, Edwards 3rd, Harvey 4th, Good 5th, Bristow in 6th position, and Van Cowan is 7th past Chris Hodgetts, and Van Cowan's got an active ride suspension on the Sierra, first time. Class B at the chicane, veteran Barry Williams in the BMW, leading Frank Sidner, and Mike Smith is now up to 17th after his spin. We're in car with Frank Sidner, chasing Barry Williams past the grandstand at 120 miles an hour. Mike Smith goes through, and Barry Williams is losing it. Frank Sidner avoids him. Oh, Barry, with all your 50 years of experience. Barry Williams laboriously gets back to racing speed. Netta Lindgren passes him on the left. And Mike Newman, the man who was in 10th position, number 3 in the Ford Sierra Cosworth, the man from Bradford, is in trouble. Out of the race, threading his way through the tar barrier at Bridge Corner. And now, classes C and D men are being caught and lapped by Andy Rouse. That's Alan Minshaw's Volkswagen in front. There is Andy Rouse's Sierra coming up to lap them. Up to Abbey, lights ablaze to warn them that he's coming. And number 77, Jeff Kimber-Smith's been lapped, but he's doing well in his 1600cc Class D Toyota. We're with him, up to Bridge. Down a gear, into the chicane, and he's lost it! Spin! And he's stalled the engine. Got to restart, he's done it. On his way. Back onto the circuit, there's Gerrit Van Cowan going through. Kimber-Smith rejoins, and Chris Hodgetts in the red Sierra going through is now in 8th position. And there he is at the chicane. But out of Woodcote, Carl Jones, the man with the yellow light covers on the Sierra, is 10th, and he's being chased very vigorously indeed by Jerry Marnie. And this is what Marnie sees. Past the crest centre at 120 miles an hour. He's closing up on Jones and he goes straight past him at Copse Corner. Out wide, he's drifting very wide. He's going to go over the rumble strip and he does it. And now we're in car with Jones, following Marnie ahead, who's now in 10th position. Maggots. On to Beckett's third gear, 75 miles an hour. Jones goes through, retakes the 10th position. Now on towards Chapel, fourth gear, 140 miles an hour. And Marnie is going for it. He's going to go round the outside. He's got the momentum. But at Stowe, it's Good, Bristow and Van Cowen. 5th, 6th and 7th, absolutely together, with Bristow challenging Good. Now we're in car with Bristow. Good ahead, the Flying Dutchman, Van Cowen behind. And Zach up to 5th position at 100 miles an hour. At Club Corner goes Lawrence Bristow. Ahead of them, though, at the chicane, Andy Rouse is commandingly ahead. Move over! That is Rob Kravitz gesticulating to Ray Arms in the Honda Civic ahead. He wants to get by. He feels that Arms is in the way, and Arms is dominating Class D, first time out. Gravett passes in. Gravett passes Cleland's Vauxhall Astra. On to Cox, second position. There they go. Gravett, Cleland's Vauxhall. Edwards is third now. Lapping Arms in the sensational Civic. And back at the chicane, Marnie and Jones are together. 10th and 11th in car with Jones. Down the straight. Change up. On towards Cox. Change down. Dive inside. Pass Marnie up into 10th position. Out wide over the rumble strip, back to 11th position as Marnie goes through. Now we're in car with Jones, and there goes Jerry Marnie. But don't give up, Carl. They're rooting for you in the valleys. Beckett's. Marnie ahead, pulling away a bit, going wide. Carl Jones very tight in here. On towards Chapel, fourth gear, 120 miles an hour. Now the speed is building up all the time. Down the Hanger Straight, the fastest part of the course, 145 miles an hour. On towards Stowe, that's 95 miles an hour. We're catching Marnie, pulling out, going through. And yes, Carl Jones goes back to 10th position. But behind them, Mike Smith is catching both the Sierras, Marnie and Jones. In car with Jones. Marnie back to 10th position. They're slowing each other up. Mike Smith is closing all the time. Marnie 10th, Jones 11th. And there in the background in the red and white Sierra, Mike Smith is 12th. Jerry Marnie getting used to a new brand of tyre. Up to bridge, 500 horsepower each of these cars. Marnie, Jones, Smith getting closer. 10th, 11th, Mike Smith in 12th position. Through the chicane. What a dice for these places. Chapel Curve, Andy Rouse, 2/3 distance. Surely Andy Rouse in the blue and white Sierra must win. But he's been in this position before, only to have to retire for some trivial problem. Now, let's watch how to do it with Andy Rouse out of Stowe, down to Club. In top gear, he's staying in top gear for this section. Sometimes changes down to 4th, but he really isn't being pressed at the moment. Up to Abbey, smooth, steady, and so very, very quick. And look at this, Marnie, Jones and Smith absolutely together. Jones on the left, Marnie in the middle, Smith on the right, lapping Dowsett's Toyota. And right now, Mike Smith has got adrenaline instead of blood. And fire down below. Nick May's Maserati well alight, implementing his scorched earth policy. That's his race over. Where's the fire then, Gov? Where's the fire? It's down below. Carry on, chaps, I'm going walkabout. And John Llewellyn is going roundabout in the BMW M3. And with a lovely little pirouette, he gets it back into shape without even stopping. Nice one, John. Fire, spin. smoke. It's all happening at Silverstone today. That's Tony Dolly's Toyota. And here are Spinner Williams and Sweden's woman driver, Netta Lindgren, in their BMW M3s. And Netta goes through. Smith has passed Jones. And he's gunning for Marnie, and 10th position. Mike Smith, number 20, Marnie, number 2. And there are Lindgren and Williams, and Andy Rouse is coming up to lap both of them. The leader in his Ford Sierra Cosworth, catching the BMW M3s. Down to club, he takes Netta, now he's taking Barry. Does so, and Smith is giving Marnie a very hard time indeed. Down to Stowe at 95 miles an hour. Look at him, almost touching the rear bumper of Marnie's car. On to club at 100 miles an hour. Lapping the Vauxhall Astra, going through on the inside, now up to Abbey, speed building up, 140 miles an hour they take Abbey, the left-hander, then on to Bridge. And now Smith has got the momentum as they're coming up to Bridge Corner, the left and then the right. He's pulling out from behind Marnie, he's going to go through on the inside, is he?
Right now.
Not there. Here. Yes! Marnie's gone wide. Smith is going through. Mike Smith has gone up into 10th position, and there he is ahead of us. Pulling away. Down to Cops. And Jones behind them is still watching and waiting in 12th position. A fantastic scrap. And number 32, James Weaver, in his BMW M3, leads the B-class on his way to retaining his overall championship leadership. And the popular James thanks Phil Dowsett for moving over at Beckett's. Off goes Tony Crudgington. He's done it yet again. But on goes Andy Rouse. Smooth, devastatingly fast and reliable. And it looks like 10 points in the bag for a win and a record lap. At the chicane, Rob Gravitt there is still second, but only just, because there is Guy Edwards, there is Tim Harvey, and number 6, Lawrence Bristow, is up into 5th position. Cops Corner, Gravitt 1.8 seconds ahead of Edwards, Harvey in 3rd position, and Barry Williams does the double. Oh well, off we go again. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Andy Rouse really is back in form. He is undoubtedly going to do it. But with a massive deficit, it's almost impossible for him to win the championship. But he's certainly going to win the most important race of the year here at Silverstone. A supreme stylist, an absolute master technician at work. Just a few hundred yards to go now. Round Abbey, up to Bridge for the last time. Still lapping people. Out of Bridge. Woodcote, the chicane. 3 wins in 7 races. 4 pole positions and a record lap today. Who is going to be 10th at Stowe? It's Mike Smith, or is it because Jerry Marnie's going through? It's Marnie 10th at the moment. Smith on the right. In car with Marnie. Smith is gaining. Smith goes through. Club Corner now. And Smith is ahead. It's Smith in the red-white car, 10th. Marnie behind him in 11th position. Coming up to Abbey for the last time, and Marnie is going for it. He can come out of Smith's slipstream. He's doing it. Down through the gearbox. Marnie ahead. Smith coming through to take him on the outside. He's going to go very wide indeed. Marnie's got the inside line. He hits Smith. Smith shakes his fist. But Mike Smith takes that 10th position, no doubt about it, into the chicane, out of the chicane. Mike Smith in 10th position. And now let's have a look at it again from Jerry Marnie's point of view. Racing up to bridge with Mike Smith on the right at 145 miles an hour. He looks right. Where is he? He looks left and he's there. Mike Smith on the left. Bang, he hits him. But overall, a superb win for Andy Rouse, with Rob Gravitz second place, consolidating his class lead in the championship. And a super comeback drive for Guy Edwards, ahead of teammates Tim Harvey and Lawrence Bristow, with at last a points finish for Graham Good.
The rest of the story for James Weaver, also an unchallenged class win in Class B, now that Sittner's opposition has turned to support. John Cleland, his rival for the overall championship, continued to dominate Class C in the 16-valve Astra GTE. And such is the speed of the Astra, not only is he challenging Class B runners, he's also trying to claim some Class A scalps, although Nick May in the Maserati proved quite an obstacle. The Astra was trapped behind the Maserati for some time, but Cleland comfortably gained the class honour and 21st place overall, while behind him Louise Aitken-Walker got the better of the other Vauxhall Astra runner, Jeremy Rossiter. Class D saw the impressive arrival of Ray Arms and the Honda Civic SI, and the result was a class win first time out. The up to 1600cc class runners, of course, at the back of the field. We were on board with Jeff Kimber-Smith, his view of the start running down to the packed grandstands at Cox. Nick May forcing his way through, Mike Jordan's Peugeot 309 ahead as well. Alan Minshaw's Golf GTI trying to make progress after qualifying badly. They're heading towards Beckett's, where, remember, John Clark went broadside. So coming up, a skillful piece of avoidance which preserves Jeff Kimber-Smith's interest in the race. Phil Dowsett, the man who usually takes command of Class D, has hit tyre problems, but would have been unlikely to match the pace of the Honda. So now there's a regular threat to Dowsett in his class, and that's a real boost for James Weaver and John Cleland in the overall championship. Still only 2 points in it, though, as we reach the halfway stage of the championship.